In my hour today at 4 o'clock, Donald Trump was speaking, and we didn't take it because he was saying the sorts of nonsense that he says all the time about the Justice Department. But I read the transcript, and there's something worth sort of reminding ourselves, because with Trump, there are always patterns, and the answers are always said out loud. They're never hidden. He's not smart enough to be sneaky about these things. He smeared the Mueller campaign anew.
Yep.
And if you look at all of this effort, it is to not to smear the Mueller campaign, it's to erase it. It's to forget it ever existed. Because what did the Mueller prosecutors do? They investigated crimes. And I think Lisa Page actually broke some news in that interview with you when you asked about the counterintelligence investigation. She said that really wasn't pursued so much by Mueller. What Mueller did was look at crimes, and where there were crimes, he investigated them and sought to prosecute them. They are seeking, Donald Trump and William Barr, to erase all of the crimes that were prosecuted by Mueller's team. And there is no other way to say it. They are seeking to erase a chapter that Donald Trump was always embarrassed by, always felt exposed by, and that happened to reveal many of the people around him as felons.
Now, with the NBC News reporting, and the Washington Post shortly thereafter has confirmed and published similar reporting, with this confirmation that, in fact, Attorney General William Barr is intervening in these individual prosecutions of these people close to the president, as the president is talking about these things publicly and contesting these prosecutions. I mean, there's no subtlety here. This is all laid bare.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.